Hello, hello, hello. Michael Joel Hall here. I want to talk about subjectivity in Ashtanga Yoga. It's important to discuss because it's all about your internal experience. In Ashtanga Yoga, we are oftentimes learning how to feel from the inside back out again. It's challenging because quite often we have forgotten how to feel. But luckily, we really do want to talk about what's going on the inside more than what's on the outside. In Ashtanga Yoga, we're learning from the inside out. Ashtanga emphasizes the internal experience over external instruction. Talking about the thing isn't the same as doing the thing. You get, you get. There's no diagram or cue that someone's going to give that is the exact same thing as the lived moment of breathing in and lifting your sternum. You can talk about feelings, but at some point, you're going to have to do it to really understand it. When we're talking about bandhas, we're talking about monitoring the intra-abdominal pressure change and its impact on the body-mind system. Paying attention to that internal experience of pressure and the demands upon that pressure, we begin to experience this thing called bandha. And the body can begin to arrange itself dynamically just because it feels good to be arranged this way. These internal experiences act as a compass for practice. Think about the breath or pranayama as an example. Pranayama is learned by inhaling and exhaling. It's learned by pausing and it's learned by observing. It is a feeling, not a memorization process. The counts that we use in Ashtanga, as an example, trying to breathe in for a certain duration, the real knowledge happens beneath the language of it all. It happens from doing, not talking. Over time, you're going to develop your own taste for practice. It's this flavor that comes from how you do things, how you like to do things, what's to your taste, meaning your breath rhythm, the quality of your attention, this kind of stuff. What do you use on your practice to make it nourishing? And when you are looking at your practice, what are you taking your critical eye to? This is your subjective experience and how you can develop an understanding of what you like and don't like, and maybe what's useful and not useful right now. It's not just about postures or sequences. It's about how we feel generally and our ability to be with ourselves as we really are. And also, if we're unsatisfied with where we really are, to use the tools that we have to change our current circumstance. And then also to bring compassion when we can't. Some of us like a fiery practice, some of us like a slower one, but we don't always get what we want. So our likes and our dislikes, they can't get in the way of the actual construction and creation of the practice. The taste sustains your commitment, but it is the practice that you're practicing. Your taste be damned. There are some limits, I guess, then to subjectivity. Sensations shift daily. Your mood shifts daily. If you are not aware that you are going through something yet and it's showing up in your practice, you may not notice it. It's really easy to say that hindsight is 20/20, and that's true, but you have to make sure that you don't have hindsight bias nowadays. You can't see what you can't see. That's just the truth of it all. There are limits here. Self-assessment can be really slippery. Some of us are really loosey-goosey. Some are hypercritical. I think in Washington, D.C., most of the people I deal with are hypercritical. Yeah, pretty sure. But that doesn't mean that I don't run into the long-term practitioners who have grown comfortable in their practice, and in their comfort, they actually begin to neglect things that bring nourishment. So practice starts to bring limiting returns. It's not about adding intensity necessarily. It's about mistaking steadiness for insight. Steadiness is good, but it's not going to be pleasant all the time. If you don't allow your practice to observe some unpleasantness, you might be bypassing some stuff and you can't grow. Think that's where there's some value in objectivity. Subjective experience is essential, but it's incomplete. Left alone, we can become an echo chamber for ourselves. Our friends like us, so they like what they see and they repeat it. If you've been in a community that has a long yoga history, the whole community probably has a certain amount of taste to it. You can tell a DC practitioner from an Encinitas practitioner. Tell a Michael Joel Hall student from a mile away. But objectivity shouldn't override your desire to observe your subjective experience. Like creating metrics, numbers, all that stuff we talked about, it sharpens it. Outside reference point help us refine the clarity around our subjective experience. And when we start to do that and practice it, it can become a skill. And then just as like any skill has to be refined.